Welcome in. I am the CryptoBullGod, and in today's video, we'll discuss HarmonyONE, death or rebirth. If you appreciate the content, make sure to give me a follow in the Twitterverse at CryptoBullGod, as well as Tradingview, YouTube, and Instagram at CryptoBullGod. Just a quick disclosure that none of what I'm sharing is financial advice. We're all big boys and big girls. We can make our own financial decisions. Speaking of making decisions, make sure that you hit the thumbs up button to support the channel. Drop me a comment. I love engaging with everyone. And consider subscribing to the channel. If you guys are having problems with notifications, by the way, try unclicking the bell icon and then re-clicking it and getting all notifications. Some people are having some issues with that. With that being said, let's get into it. Now, actually, before we get into the charts, I want to share something with you guys. If you've been here for a long time, okay, or if you're newer, what you should know about me is the following. You show me a chart and I'll tell you the story. The news is interesting. I love to read about the news. I love to hear about what's going on. But everything is baked into the chart. It's based on historical data and present price data, okay? And all these things are used to formulate what is most and least likely to occur moving forward. Right now, as it exists, there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, FUD, surrounding HarmonyONE. HarmonyONE had the Horizon Bridge hacked, okay, because people stole the private keys. Now, what I want to say concerning this before we get into the technicals real quick are a couple things. First off, I've seen people on Twitter compare Luna to Harmony, and that is a fucking joke. Let me just say that. There's two reasons for this. One, the events with Luna are very recent. And two, Luna literally did go basically to zero, okay? And now everyone since the hack has been saying, well, Harmony go to zero, okay? The two events, Luna and Harmony, they are very, very different. Anyone making a comparison between Luna and Harmony is either being disingenuous or they're a complete moron, okay? They're two very different things. Now, I have heard some very disparaging things about the leadership team, okay, the founder of HarmonyONE. And while I can't validate or invalidate some of the things that have been said, because of the community coming together to come up with a viable plan for recovery, there really is a viable path forward from a fundamental perspective. And there is an opportunity for leadership to learn perhaps from some mistakes from a leadership and communication perspective moving forward to right the ship and move forward thanks to the community of one. That's all I want to say about the fundamentals, okay? What I want to do, and whether you understand technical analysis or you don't understand technical analysis, you need to respect it. There's a reason it exists, okay? Let's get into the charts, and I'm clearly going to show you why HarmonyONE is not dead. It is far from dead, and actually, much of the price action that we've seen in it is very consistent with what we've seen in the entire market. With that being said, let's get into it. This is HarmonyONE on the 2-week chart, okay? So you can see on this chart that we have had a massive run up since our beer virus lows back in March 20. I mean, we ran up from around 1/10 of 1 cent all the way up to this is 40 cents up here, okay? So let's take a look at really what's going on from a price perspective, and we'll get into some of the price indicators, okay? I want to start big picture, kind of look at the macro picture, and then we're going to get a little bit more granular. So on the 2-week here, basically what I have drawn out, green are always areas of support and red are always areas of resistance. As you can see, we essentially have a massive cluster of support between 1.7 cents and 1.3 cents. This bottom dark green zone represents if we fall through this zone, which I do not anticipate happening, but if we were, we have to be prepared for all scenarios, right? For everything that we examine in chart. If we fall through 1.7 to 1.3 cents, I'm saying the next huge point of demand is basically 9/10 of 1 cent, okay, 0.009, all the way down to 0.006. Okay, using some nice rounded ranges. And then you can see we have several areas of resistance to break through here. I mean, we got 3 cents, 4 cents, basically 5.5, 7, 9.4. We have 17.6, and then our all-time high of 40 cents. Okay, so we have a lot of areas of resistance to clear through before we could ever consider making new all-time highs. Okay, let's take a look at the price indicators. Now, this is really good to see. Okay, there's a couple things here that I really want to point out on the 2-week. First off, and this 2-week candlestick actually just printed. First off, okay, starting from bottom to top, we still have this stochastic RSI positive in the sense that the blue line is above the orange line, which is good to see. But if you look down in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see it says 13.58 in blue. We need that thing to be up past 20. Okay, that's a bullish confirmation is once we get above 20. The MACD, what I really like to see here is the MACD has not only flattened out, but it's actually curling up. A positive cross and getting above 0 would be a very, very bullish thing. That would take, given price consolidation and expectations for prices to continue to move up, this will take several more weeks to occur, several more candlesticks, but we're headed in the right direction. Now, the other key thing I want to point you to on the RSI is 41. 41 is a key area on this chart. When we've been below it, we've been bearish. When we've been above it, we've been bullish. Right now, we're sitting at 38.79. So we really need to see this RSI cross and get above 41. The next thing I want to look here, if you're still asking yourself, or you're looking at the screen right now and staring at me and saying, okay, but the price has come down so much, like you still haven't explained why it's not going to die, and you think there's going to be a rebirth. Because I think with the rest of the cryptocurrency market, we're going to see a massive rebirth in HarmonyONE. Okay, well, this is a fib retracement drawing here. Okay, so what I did is, and I took this on a more granular level and weeded out a little bit of the price wicks, a little bit of the volatility back in March 20. So what I did is I took the bottom here, accounting for that. I wanted at least 2 to 3 touches on this line. So I took the bottom of our beer virus low and measured all the way up to here. Now, why did I measure up to here? I'll show you on the next tab, but this is the top of our wave movement. This is actually an ABC correction similar to what we've seen in Bitcoin, okay? This is actually the top of our wave 3 movement, and this has been an A, B, C correction, okay? So if we actually measure from the bottom to the top up here, and we look at where we have retraced to, we have only retraced to the 0.5 fib level. And actually 0.5 isn't technically a fib level, but it's commonly on here. So we've retraced to this 50% level. Now, if you actually draw this out similarly in other charts, what you will find, and I looked at several of them before coming on to do this video, Bitcoin retraced to the exact same fib level, okay? H-bar is a great example where it actually retraced around the 0.618, so it had a deeper retracement. Okay, stronger performers like Ethereum and Matic, man, they retraced all the way up at the 0.382, so they haven't even touched the 0.5. They're sitting up at the 0.382, and they haven't even retraced lower than that. But the more you chart this sort of price action out, and you take a look at fib retracement levels, you'll see a lot of projects retraced in this area, the 0.786 to the 0.618. So really what this chart is attempting to communicate to you, what I'm attempting to illustrate for you, is that we had a massive run up in this project. Massive run. HarmonyONE went from like a 200 ranked token all the way up to number 40. Okay, it had a massive run up. So when the rest of the market is correcting, forget about the fundamentals for a second. Just look at the chart and pay attention to what I'm saying here. As the rest of the market is correcting, for a project that ran up as hard as this did, it's not uncommon to have a massive correction. And the way to properly measure the extent of the correction is really to look at these fib retracement levels and ask yourself how deep the correction was. When you do that, you actually see that the fib retracement is on par with Bitcoin. It's higher. It's actually performed better than some other projects that I believe in. So there is nothing overly concerning in this chart. Now, the other chart that I wanted to speak to real quick, and if you've you've been subscribed here for a little bit, I just put a video explaining this Elliott wave structure on Bitcoin. Basically, what's happened here on Bitcoin, okay, is we had a massive wave 3 movement up, right? This wave three movement up in Elliott wave, okay? And this caught me off guard, okay? If you've been following me on Twitter, you know that this correction caught me off guard. I was not expecting an expanding ABC flat correction, okay? But that's exactly what we got, and this has not been invalidated. So we came down for an A. The B, this is where it fakes people out, including myself, okay? Because what happens with the B wave is it goes higher than the wave 3, and then we have this massive C correction, okay? Massive leg, final leg down, okay? Well, if you look at HarmonyONE, we've actually done the same exact thing. We topped here, we had our A correction, faked everyone out and thought we were going much higher, but that was our B expanding in the expanding flat correction, and now had the massive C wave where we really shook a lot of people out, okay? So there isn't anything different in this price structure that is dissimilar to Bitcoin. And we see this similar structure in a lot of other projects. Matic has that formation. HBAR has that formation. So there's a lot, not every project has the same exact formation. The same wave is in the same, has the same wave symmetry, or has had a wave 3 movement. Some crypto projects have had a wave 1 movement, right? But this one, in terms of what we've seen here for HarmonyONE, again, as much as it has felt painful, and you're reading the news narratives, there isn't anything in the chart that is overly alarming for me. Let's go to the 10-day view, okay? Now, the things that I want to point out on the 10-day actually removed all the resistance and support, and just want to focus on a couple price indicators and what this could mean for price moving forward. So this is a 10-day chart. For those who have been here for a while, you know I love looking at the 10-day chart. This candle is set to print on the 27th, so we'll have a brand new candle on October 28th. What I'm showing here in these red circles, anytime the MACD has been positive, okay, it's been above 0 and we've had a bullish cross, okay, that's very important. And anytime the RSI, this 41 level again is very important. Anytime the RSI has been above 41 and we've gotten a bullish cross where the RSI crosses above this 14 simple moving average on the RSI, we've seen a massive move up, which I'm showing here. This may not look like a big move in Harmony, but you know, we opened this candlestick. We opened this candlestick at 0.0068 cents and went all the way up to like 23 cents. So I mean, that's literally like a 40x, okay, a 46x. All right, so that was a massive move. And then this one, you know, we opened up the candlestick here at about 10 cents and ran all the way up to 40 cents. So we had a 4x. So really what I'm attempting to communicate to you with this chart, open up a 10-day on TradingView, watch for the MACD. Look, we still got, look at the MACD here. We're starting to cross positive, which is great. We still have a long way to go to get up here. And this is why we need to remain patient, right? As long as we can see continuation in price to move up, okay, this is going to continue crossing up. We just have to be patient. We may not see this thing go above 0 until January or February of next year. We have to remain patient. But look for that on this chart, and also look for this RSI to cross up above 41. So keep an eye on that on the 10-day. Now, let's take a more micro perspective view of the chart and ask ourselves what we're seeing here. So one thing I do want to point out in HarmonyONE, and this is consistent with a lot of projects that I've been seeing, okay? We actually have formed a double bottom here, okay? Now, we can play around with price and we could say, well, the low here was it was 1.57 cents, and the low here was 1.62 cents. So really, this low was lower than this low. Well, welcome to cryptocurrencies, a small market cap project, and the concept of volatility. I would argue that this is a double bottom, okay? And you're seeing this structure set up in other cryptocurrency projects like Mana, okay? So nothing uncommon here that we're getting a double bottom. We've seen this, I've seen this in a lot of charts. Now, when would I be concerned? Well, when I would be concerned is if price continues, okay, if we continue to dip down, and sorry, this is on the 3-day chart, I forget if I said that or not. If price continued to stagnate and then started drifting lower, and now we're at like 1.5, 1.4, 1.3, yeah, now we're setting in new lows, okay, and we can expect that the bottom is knotted on HarmonyONE. Do I expect that? No. Could it happen? Sure, there's a probability for everything, but I see upside coming into this market. If, as you know, if you follow me on Twitter, you've been subscribed to this channel, okay? So double bottom here, nothing overly alarming. One other thing that I want to take a look at, I had this drawn out, I don't know what happened here, but ladies and gentlemen, what is this called? The RSI is increasing in value, but what's happening to price? Price was up here since I have it drawn, and we've been going down. No, so price is going down, yet the relative strength index is going up. Strength is coming into the price as price is coming down. That is called bullish divergence on the RSI. Now, it doesn't need to play out, but what that could mean is we could see a potential, kind of like what we've been seeing with Ethereum today when I saw it up 11 or 14%. We could see a rather large candlestick or two come in here to really start pushing price up into this resistance range between 3 and 4 cents, okay? So keep an eye on that bullish divergence on the 3-day time frame. Last time frame I want to take a look at here with you guys. If you've been here for a while, you know kind of two concepts here. One is the 12-hour chart holds a lot of significance to me, especially on the Bitcoin chart. I love looking at it on other projects. And the other is the basic concept that when we look at smaller time frames, as bullish momentum picks up in the smaller time frames, as long as it is sustained, it bleeds over into higher time frames like the 3-day, the 10-day, the 2-week. Okay, so what we want to see here, I'm a little Italian. I like to talk with my hands. All right. What I like to see here is I would like to see price to really start pushing up. We really need to see some volume come in, and we need to push up into this area. Why do I say that? So, I'm talking about 2.2, 2.4, ultimately taking out, well, let's get to that in a second, but we need to push up to 2.2, 2.4 cents. Why do I say that? Well, that's going to cause two things. One, that's going to cause the 200 SMA to flatten out, and it's going to cause, secondly, the 50 to begin to curl up. We'll get a golden cross. We need to see a golden cross come in here and for price to sustain above the 200 SMA and ultimately the 50 SMA. Okay, because as long as that is sustained, we'll start to see golden crosses in other charts like the daily and 3-day, right? Ultimately, what we need to do, though, you guys know this is the last point I'm going to hit on, okay? Low, high, double bottom, okay, for now. Okay, so we have no high or low, we have a double bottom. We need to see price come up into this area and take out this high, because what would that be? 2 higher highs and a double bottom. Higher highs and higher lows, and then eventually we come down maybe here and then continue pushing higher, right? Higher highs and higher lows are what? The basic building blocks of a bullish narrative. So that's really what we need to see on HarmonyONE. So guys, chill, calm down. There's nothing in this structure here that is not par for the course in what we've seen in cryptocurrency. HarmonyONE was one of the absolute best performers in 2021, okay? And it has corrected very hard with the rest of the market. And from a Fibonacci retracement perspective and comparing it to other projects, there's nothing uncommon and nothing that we haven't seen here that we haven't seen in other projects. So chill, remove all this bullshit FUD going on, stick to the charts. The chart is still looking bullish to me, so hang in there, all you Harmonauts. Until next time, spread awareness and carry the education forward.
So what you gonna do, $5 on CryptoBullGod and his crypto maniacs and the entire cryptocurrency market run wild on you?